Hi, good afternoon. I'm Tom Long with Girl Scouts in the Heart of Pennsylvania. I'm Major Gifts Officer, and I want to welcome you. We're going to be showing you a quick video, and I do apologize for starting a few minutes late. We had some other people that had RSVP'd that have not yet joined, but we didn't want to wait out of respect for your time. So we'll begin here in a moment, but we wanted to first show you a short video, and then I want to be able to introduce our hosts for this afternoon's call, Mimi Coppersmith and Linda Gall, and they'll introduce Janet Donovan, our CEO. But without further ado, if I could have the video, and then we'll introduce our guests.
I've been told that for me, it was too high. It's way too dangerous. It wasn't even something that girls do. Maybe it wasn't for me. I mean, you had to be really strong. You needed all the courage in the world. And you had to be good with things like robots and remote controls. Maybe it would have been better for someone else to do it. Or maybe I just needed the opportunity to do it myself. What I received was an adventure that exceeded all my expectations. I was given a safe place to learn through experience, to explore my potential, and craft the skills I needed to make the world a better place. I was allowed to fail, but also taught to get back up, dust myself off, and try again. I built the confidence to take a step, the courage to go after it, and the character to lead the way. I'm a Girl Scout, and I am where I am today because of who I became along the way.
I'd like to introduce now, if you could bring them into the room, Janelle. We have with us Mimi Coppersmith and Linda Gall, both of the State College area and very strong, longtime supporters of Girl Scouts in the Heart of Pennsylvania. They'll be talking also with Janet Donovan, our president and CEO of Girl Scouts, to find out a little bit more about what's going on in Center County. So with that, I'll turn it over to introduce Miss Mimi Coppersmith and Miss Linda Gall.
Thank you. Thanks, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for joining us for our virtual meet and greet with Girl Scouts in the Heart of Pennsylvania. I'm Linda Gall, and I have my dear friend Mimi Coppersmith joining me today to co-host this call as we make new friends. Of course, we wish that we could be together in person, and hopefully we'll have that opportunity soon. But Mimi and I want you to hear about the important work that Girl Scouts have been doing in Center County and across the council over this last year. We both feel that while this is a very challenging time, it's also an exciting time, especially because of the new leadership at Girl Scouts in the Heart of Pennsylvania. And with that, I'm going to let Mimi introduce our special guest.
Thanks, Linda, and to all of you who have joined us. I'm honored and thrilled to introduce Janet Donovan, President and CEO of Girl Scouts in the Heart of Pennsylvania, and a retired admiral, if you will, with the U.S. Navy, where she served as a judge advocate general attorney. Like me, proudly, she is a woman of firsts. Janet shines as a remarkable woman who left retirement to continue her community service as a Girl Scout leader overseeing this 30-county council. Please welcome a truly remarkable woman, Janet Donovan.
Thank you, Mimi. I'm so happy to be here. And thank you, Linda, both of you for hosting this event today. I'm super excited. I know I need to provide a little bit of background about how I came to Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania. So I'll start by saying I was in the United States Navy for 31 years. I was lucky enough to have been one of the first women to go to sea, to work as a junior officer for one of the first female admirals, and then ultimately to become an admiral myself. I saw the Navy really embrace women over the course of my career. First to embrace women going to sea, and then to embrace women as and combatants, whether or not those were carriers or fighter jets, and most recently submarines. And now the sky is the limit for any woman who wants to join the military. As a junior officer at one point, I was the only female officer in one of 46,000 sailors. So it was so important for me to really empower the next generation of women and to enable them to pursue their dreams with courage, confidence, and character. And that led me to Girl Scouts, the largest and most successful girl leadership development organization in the world. And I'm happy to be here as part of this great organization. I'll also say that it's coming home a little bit for me and my husband. My father-in-law was the class of 1950 graduate from Hershey High School, and he just celebrated his 70th high school reunion this year. And so we are very happy to be in central Pennsylvania, and it's an honor to be here talking to you today.
Thank you for joining us, Janet. And we'd like you to share a little bit about what's been happening this past year within the council, and maybe tell us a little bit about how Girl Scouts is dealing with the COVID-19 reality.
Thank you, Linda. Happy to talk about that. I think, the best way for me to talk about what's happened with COVID is to talk about the Girl Scout cookie journey. So in our 30 council footprint, if we go all the way back to March, which seems like an eternity ago for all of us, on March 6th, we had the first case of COVID in our footprint, and it was in Wayne County. On March 7th, I accepted 2 million packages of cookies from our baker, for which we were now financially responsible. And we had 3,000 cookie booths that were set up across our council, and our girls did not get to do one cookie booth. So how did we go then and try and figure out a way for girls to sell cookies? Girls did it with the support of the community, who really embraced them to do things like virtual cookie booths, to support them through donations of cookies that would go to our hospitals and our first responders and our military overseas. But our girls actually did the pivot on this entrepreneurial journey. And we know from the Girl Scout Research Institute, we have our own research institute in Manhattan, that tells us that girls want to grow up and own their own businesses. And that when they participate in entrepreneurial activities, they are more likely to feel that confidence to be able to do it. And entrepreneurial activities is what we offer in the Girl Scout Cookie Program. So this journey that we have been on is the journey of every small business and entrepreneur in America, of how you go from having a marketing plan and a financial plan and a delivery plan that's all set and you're ready to go. And now you have to pivot to virtual and contactless delivery. And our girls did it. And I'd like you to hear from one of our S'mores executives, Emily. Emily is going to give us an audio clip. She interviewed with our board of directors at our July retreat to talk about how she managed the cookie pivot.
Well, I'm 10 years old. I live in Madison Township.
And what is your favorite thing about doing the fall product and cookie program?
Well, helping my community.
Yeah. What did you do this year with the cookies? I know you did some cool things to give back to the community.
I donated cookies to the hospital workers and the Keystone Community Resource workers.
That's good. And when everything kind of went crazy this cookie season and we couldn't do booths anymore, you had a really cool promotion for people who bought cookies. Do you remember what that was?
I I did a Facebook Live card game.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the card game.
And how did that work?
Well, I shuffled a deck of cards, and whatever number was on the top, that's how many cookies they had to buy.
Yeah. And what about the free item you gave away? Remember when you gave away a free item if people bought cookies? What was that?
Toilet paper.
Paper. Yep. How many cookies did they have to buy to get a roll of toilet paper?
A case.
A case. That was so smart. I loved that. And do you remember how many packages you sold this year?
I sold 3,214.
What kind of things have you done to talk to your customers about your cookie business?
I did videos, and I sent a lot of emails and text messages to help people just notice that I'm there.
What sort of advice would you give other Girl Scouts about doing fall product and cookies?
Like, get yourself out there so that people notice you, so you're not just hiding, and so you don't get any sales.
Right. Don't be afraid to go out there, right? And ask people.
So that was Emily. I'm sure that you want to know a little bit about what's happening in Center County. And I have to say, in Center County, the girls are rocking it. I have so many amazing volunteers who are in Center County who serve as our troop leaders. And I want to say last February, I had the opportunity to attend a Lady Lion event. It was a varsity basketball game. It had 125 girls with their families at Bryce Jordan Center. And the Penn State Athletics really partnered with us to host a Girl Scout Day. And we saw the Girl Scout Promise up on the Jumbotron. The girls were out there with the Nittany Lion. They were making the tunnel for all the varsity athletes to come through. At the end, we had a huge friendship circle that was out on center court at the Penn State Athletic Center. It was pretty amazing. And best of all, one of the varsity girls came over and she said, you know what? I was a Girl Scout. And for those girls to see that they had a future potentially as a Division I varsity women's athlete was pretty empowering.
Janet,
Yes.
Janet, could I interrupt and ask?
Of course.
How share information on how the camps are doing for Center County people?
Sure. So for camps, we have, we right now are with 59 different troops in Center County. And what I'll say about that is, and Mimi, you and I discussed this before, the outdoors is in. So we're so pleased to announce that our board of directors in July committed to keeping all 4 of our Girl Scout camps. We're open for reservations right now, of course, at 50% capacity to honor our COVID protocols. But we also know that Girl Scouts want outdoor experiences and that just one outdoor badge can provide them with the outcomes we're looking for, with increased confidence in the outdoors, increased environmental stewardship, increased knowledge of the outdoors. And so we're looking to encourage our girls to continue to go to camp. And what you'll find is that knowledge of the outdoors sometimes also includes knowledge of the environment. And I'm going to talk a little bit and show right now a Girl Scout Gold Award winner from from State College. And she was awarded the Girl Scout Award after a lot of work. Her name is Nicole Pandolfi. And I'd like to just show a video of Nicole and what her Girl Scout Gold Award was about. Really a proud Girl Scout from State College.
Being so close to Penn State, there's a lot of students in our area that deal with food insecurity, and therefore they don't really have access to fresh, perishable food. As a dancer and as somebody interested in the health professions, I've always been really focused on healthy eating. It's very important to me that the students so close to me have access to food that will allow them to lead a healthier lifestyle. and that healthier lifestyle is something that they will carry with them and maintain as they become adults. For my project, I created hydroponic kits that were distributed to students on Penn State's University Park campus. It can be hard for food banks to distribute perishable foods because they lack refrigeration. Hydroponic kits are a form of urban gardening, so they grow off just water as opposed to soil, and they don't take up very much space. It's a very efficient way and very affordable way for the students to grow food in their dorms or apartments. My project started with a lot of research. I myself wasn't familiar with hydroponics, so I did a lot of reading, a lot of researching online, contacted a lot of people to try and figure out how I was going to create a kit that was small enough and cost efficient enough to work in a student dorm or apartment. In addition to the original 20 kits that we gave the Lions Pantry, we also left them a list of what's in each kit, how I made them, and the stores that donated the supply, so they could always create more if the need arises. And the knowledge that the students got from receiving these kits is something that they can pass on and that I will continue to pass on. This project definitely helped me develop a stronger sense of confidence in myself and in my leadership abilities. For your Silver and Bronze Award projects, you work with a group or a partner, and you're also a little bit younger, working with older adults. Whereas for this project, it was just me walking into a room of college students who aren't that much older than me and saying, this is my idea, and asking them to help me with it and collaborate on it.
Nicole not only came up with an idea for the hydroponic kits and identified the issue with food insecurities on Penn State's campus, but also found a way to make that project economically feasible and also fit within the space constraints of a college dorm room. Nicole's ability to be able to set her goal at such a young age and then develop the plans to be able to achieve that goal will certainly help her in the future as a leader and individually as she continues to set goals throughout her career.
When I was 5 years old, I saw girls getting their gold award at a ceremony, and I looked at my mom and I said, I want to get a gold award. And I think that this accomplishment is something that I'm really going to carry with me for the rest of my life. And if I could tell younger Girl Scouts anything, it's that it might be scary to take on such a big project, but it's so rewarding knowing that you did this for your community.
Wow.
Wow is right. Goodness, we are truly blessed to have Girl Scouts in our community. Janet, can you talk a little bit about Girl Scout engagement around the council, what we're doing to engage girls and build momentum, what sort of statewide engagement we're doing, and especially again during this challenging time?
Absolutely. Thank you, Linda. Since COVID, it has been such a challenging time, but we were pivoting to virtual with our Girls at Home program really within the first few days after the shutdown. And our Girls at Home program allows girls to participate still in Girl Scouting through virtual programming that we are offering. Our troops have been meeting all along. We're having Girl Scout sing-alongs. We had virtual summer camp and outdoor engagement, and it wasn't sitting in front of a Zoom session. A kit was sent to the girls' home, and then they would have an experiment to do and then come back and get additional instruction and then go back out. And it was with themes that were already identified from the previous year. We're now inviting all girls to join for a fun Girl Scout activity or a robotics party or a virtual dance party to consider them or to allow them to consider joining Girl Scouts if they aren't already a Girl Scout. And that Girl Scout at Home program that is going on nationally allows girls to participate not only in our programming, but in programming that's being offered by every council throughout the nation. So we have had girls who are participating in our programs from 37 different states as well as foreign countries. The Girl Scouts at Home program has been recognized as one of the top 16 virtual programs in the country by Parents Magazine. We're very proud of that. At the state level, I'm also working with the other two CEOs in the Eastern and Western Councils of Pennsylvania. We're working with the Commission on Women. We've engaged the First Lady of Pennsylvania to recognize our Gold Award girls. And we're engaging with the state banking and entrepreneurship officials about the ways in which we can highlight the programming that Girl Scout offers on financial literacy and on entrepreneurship. And we're working with these others to help reinvigorate Troop PA to include all of our women state legislators. And I'm hoping that's going to give us the visibility that we need in order to gain that momentum so every girl can join Girl Scouts and really be the beneficiary of all the programming that we're offering.
I have to help you in some way. How can we all help you make this dream a beautiful, lasting
Thank you, Mimi.
situation in Pennsylvania?
I so appreciate it.
I
And we
wanna
do
say a
need
few
financial
more words.
support. Thank you. Although our cookie journey, so I have to tell you, the end of the cookie journey, we didn't sell 2 million packages. We did move 1.96 million packages of cookies. So I'm singing that as a success from the mountaintops, because I have to tell you, on March 7th, when I had 2 million packages and no cookie booths to be had, I didn't really know how we would come out financially at the end. But we as a council were committed to making sure that no Girl Scout troop leader would bear the financial burden of that. And so, although we didn't make the money that we anticipated, we were super successful, but we have to find a way now to make that up, that deficit. And so additionally, yes, ma'am.
Because you are so inspiring, we want to be a part of your path to progress. You are an amazing woman. Define your needs now and in the next couple of years so that we can prove to you that we are not only Girl Scouts, but we are Penn State and State College.
Thank you. So I can see that because we are offering both in-person programming and virtual programming, that the need for virtual programming is not going to go away. Girls love it. And they want that flexibility for us to be able to do that. So we need money for technology for virtual programming. We also need money for to continue our STEAM programming, which is one of our top programs. We need money for our camps. Our board committed to keeping our 4 camps, but I have to tell you, the maintenance on those camps was deferred. And so I need to make sure that those can be the preeminent camps. So not just girls from our council can enjoy them, but also girls from around the nation. We are going to be the pilot program for something called Troop Trek, which will bring all kinds of girls to Center, Pennsylvania. And so looking forward to really improving those programs. And most importantly, I need money to help for financial assistance for girls who cannot otherwise afford to be part of Girl Scouts. I'm going to tell one quick story, if I may, about a Girl Scout troop that came from the western part of our council. That troop went to Washington, D.C. And those girls, the town that they were from, a very rural area, does not have an escalator anywhere. And the girls in that troop had never seen one in person. So here they were coming out of a metro station in Washington, D.C. on an escalator that went up for stories coming out of the bowels of the metro. And what an eye-opening experience for those girls who attend basically free and reduced lunch school districts. And I want to think about those girls and the power of Girl Scouting and how that lasting impact can open up their worlds in a way that almost no other program can.
Thank you, Janet. We're going to help you. And to all of you listening and watching, I know you understand and value girls in our society and what they can mean to the future of Center County and their own lives. I hope Janet's input here has offered greater insights into how important a role Girl Scouts plays in helping their future. I'm asking you to please consider a gift to Girl Scouts of $1,000 a year for the next 3 years. Join us and provide the impetus by joining the circle of friends with your commitment. Janet's prepared to implement an amazing schedule of dreams. Great progress and always for Center County Girl Scouts. If at least 10 of you that are listening this call step up with us to take action to invest in the future of girls in leadership. Thanks so much for your consideration. We're counting on you, and I know you'll come through. Be well. God bless.
And you won't be surprised to know that in the next few days, you'll receive a letter from Mimi and me, more formally asking for your support of this Center County campaign for Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania. Please take a few minutes and consider our request to become a Circle of Friends donor. In the chat window on this call, Tom is going to put his contact information. Tom Long serves as the Major Gifts Officer for Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania. He lived for nearly a decade in the State College area before moving to Harrisburg to join the Girl Scouts team. And he understands the importance of Girl Scouts in our community and would be happy to answer any questions or help you plan your gift. As we close the call, we thank you most sincerely for joining us and helping to make new friends with Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania. Please stay safe and well, and have a great evening.